Houston, we have a problem.
Give me all you got!
But what I do have are a very particular set of skills.
Give me back my gun! I didn't kill my wife! I don't care!
Hello and welcome to another episode of Stand and Watch, the best and only dad movie podcast you're ever going to listen to because we killed all the other ones.
Well, we murdered them. They're dead.
They're so dead.
Their kids are orphans.
They are more dead than all of those people that your character Steve Buscemi killed in the movie Con Air. You know, his backstory.
Did he kill a lot of characters? I thought he just ate kids.
He didn't
he eat kids?
He didn't kill anybody in the movie, but his backstory is that he was a serial killer of some kind. So he killed a lot of people. We just didn't see him.
I thought he was a diddler. I thought that's where the stakes in the scene where he's having lunch with that little girl. I was like, oh no, what are we doing here?
No, the stakes weren't. The stakes were that we were like, oh, is he gonna kill the child?
And he doesn't, right? I forget how the movie signifies that he didn't. Like, do we see her as the plane like takes off or something, or does the police show up?
I don't remember. I feel like that movie didn't give us any closure on that because why would it?
No, she might be missing.
Anyway,
probably dead.
Hello, all you lovely standees, and of course you, Steve Buscemi. As always, I'm your host, Matt.
And I'm Nick. Hi, Steve. Hi, Standees. How you doing? We're at the end of the wheel. Son of Wheel has come and gone.
Son
He
of
lived
Wheel.
his life.
Son of Wheel is over. We are. Forgive my scattered brain. It's 2:00 in the morning.
The late one. This is a late one.
But we are going to be ranking Son of Wheel, all the movies on it. Now, an important note is that there were a couple of bonus episodes this season. Those will not be in this ranking because they weren't on the wheel.
We should only have 24, right?
Yes.
And T2 counts because it was the opening, so we always open off the wheel.
Yes.
But it's considered on the wheel.
T2 counts because it was the first episode. It was part of the wheel structure. The bonus episodes, Tombstone and Sudden Death, were special, non-wheel, spur of the moment. Let's do these for this occasion.
But just know if they're both ranked, they'd be tied at first.
Yes.
Know that. Just know. And we'll do it the way that we did it previously. We both have our own rankings. We'll start at 24, work our way up. So let's say I have movie A at 24 and Matt has movie A at 12. We'll talk about it once we get to the later ranking.
Yep.
Just to keep things simple. There's only two of us, so it won't get too messy. But this is a structure I've seen work for like bigger groups, and I think it works for this our little twosome here.
Yeah. I think for number 24, I think we're both pretty much going to be in agreement here.
Yeah, let's just get right into it. Do you want to say it at the same time? Do like a group mind improv thing?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Megalopolis.
God damn it. Yes, Megalopolis. This movie's ass, and this movie's now getting a graphic novel for some reason.
Oh, no. Look, as much as we love Auntie Wow, and as much as we love John Voight trying to show Shia LaBeouf that boner he got.
The good boner. It's good anti-wow. It's a great line delivery from Shia. Anti-wow. What is that? Oh, it's your pussy.
This movie, other than those saving graces, this movie is one of the most dreadful things I've ever watched.
I even hated the club. We'll go back to the club. I even hated that.
This whole movie feels like this is what having a stroke probably feels like.
Entitles me.
Like,
Entitles me.
When you have a stroke, this is how you experience the world. When your brain is failing you, this is how you experience the world. And
I can't.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I can't put into words. Like, I love Adam Driver, and I fucking hate him in this. I hate just about everybody in this. The movie makes no sense. The mayor hates Adam Driver's character, but then is cool with him by the end of it. They're like, hey, we're cool now, dog.
It's not even bad in a funny way. Other than the Auntie Wow stuff, It's not even funny. It's just boring. It's boring and confusing, and it doesn't make sense. And I really think he had some form of dementia when writing this.
He just got like an honorable award for still making films, and someone like praised him for like going out and making this anyway. And it's like, no, stop it. Like you can criticize. Like I hate there's just some toxic positivity online and just in creative realms right now where you can't critique anything. And I guess a lot of people do it out of fear of like not getting work, which is like they weren't gonna hire you anyway, bub. Like
Yeah.
if it's a bad movie, shit on it. And you see it in review spaces too. Like I mean, and I'm not trying to pinpoint anyone, but a certain site had this at a 9 out of 10.
It's
And I'm just like, what do you like?
stupid.
Art is subjective, but like, what do you do? Like, you can shit on a bad movie.
Yeah, and look, 10 years from now, they're gonna shit on it. They're gonna be like, okay, some time has passed. We can make fun of this now. It's okay.
Even worse, 10 years from now, there are going to be people who say this is a masterpiece. We're gonna round the corner on Megalopolis,
No,
and I'm not ready. I'm not ready for that day.
terrible.
And it's not 3 hours, but it feels like it's 3 hours. It's terrible.
It's easily the worst movie we've done for this podcast, and maybe the worst movie we'll ever do for this podcast.
Yeah, never watching this again. I'm not touching it at all. Do you want to give us your number 3? Or your number 23?
My number 23 is Jumper.
I have it a little higher.
Ooh,
My number 23 is Man of the House.
I have that a little higher.
All right, 22.
My 22 is Man of the House.
All right, let's do. My 22 is Jumper, by the way. So
Okay,
I love that we
okay,
do Man of the House, and then we'll do Jumper.
yeah. Yeah. Look, this is not good.
This is one of those movies that everyone's aware of because they marketed the shit out of this movie when it came out back in 2005, I believe.
Here's the thing.
And
It's not good, but it's also completely inoffensive. Like it exists. It's not like it's not like bad in any sort of like terrible, atrocious, like even memorable way. It's just like it's just there, you know. It's I mean, if there was nothing on TV and this was on TV, I could see it. I could see just putting it on and having it on in the background. And Tommy Lee Jones is fine or whatever, and sometimes it's fun. But yeah, it's just that it's just kind of nothing.
the issue is this is a college comedy. This is a college comedy. And I say that, and there's nothing raunchy about it. Like college comedies of that time were very raunchy, but this is a college comedy with the comedy chops of Cheaper by the Dozen. But at least Cheaper by the Dozen has charm and like good kid actors, and you've got Steve Martin really carrying the brunt of that movie. Here, you don't really have anyone doing anything. Like, yeah, Tommy Lee Jones is great,
Yeah,
but he's just doing Tommy Lee Jones.
I think, and yeah, it doesn't. The premise of Tommy Lee Jones acting like Tommy Lee Jones around, a sorority house or cheerleaders or whatever. They he doesn't have enough to play off of, even though there's
Well,
like
the girls aren't.
even though there's 5 of them, he doesn't have enough to play off of.
The girls don't stand out at all. There's like the one that's crushing on him, and the one that's very crazy about going to class, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like there's no attempt to differentiate any of these actors and give us more to play with. And then there's other cop characters that are there, and then you blink and then they're gone. They feel like they're going to be more important, but not at all.
Yeah, there's nothing here. It's just nothing.
It's a nothing movie. The best part is that the University of Arkansas's mascot pulls out an Uzi in the middle of a football game and attempts to. It's a prank, bro. It off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jumper. I put this on the wheel.
Yeah,
It's.
you were not here for this episode, but you did watch
I
it.
was not. I got deported for this episode.
You got El Salvador.
I did watch it. I had everything. I was ready to go. I had a dad joke that related to the Jumper song. It was good. It was gonna be a good episode, and then I lost my power because of a tornado. But this movie just feels incomplete. This feels like a first draft of a movie, and they're like, "Oh, we got to
Yep.
shoot it on this. We'll rewrite it as we go."
Yep.
And they just forgot to rewrite it as they went.
Yep.
But it's also based on a book, and
Yeah, I
I don't
don't
want to
know.
be that guy,
Up,
but I'm
up,
gonna guess the book is probably better.
yeah, apparently they changed a lot of stuff. This is another one like Man in the House, and again, ours were reversed for these two, and you can I could have gone either way for both of these because they're both just kind of nothing. Like Jumper, I think there's I don't know, and there's some good parts of Jumper. We talked about this on the episode. Me and our guest, um, me and Sarah Manville had a good discussion. But like it from a filmmaking perspective, it's pretty good. It holds up well. There's some fun action sequences in there. But yeah, it's just like it's a first draft. It's a first draft that should have been fine tuned. Unless you want to add something, that's all I got. It's fine. It's
I
fine.
think Sam Jackson's fine. Christian
Yeah,
Haydenson's fine. Like he's not
Hayden
he gets a
Christensen.
bad rap.
Yeah,
Hayden, did I say Christian Hayden? I said it
yeah,
backwards, didn't
yeah,
I?
yeah, yeah. It's fine. And again, there's fun stuff in there. A grown up Tom Holland, Jamie Bell is fun. He's good in that. Him and Hayden Christensen have a good dynamic. It's just there's a there's a there's that lame like romance subplot that isn't interesting and goes nowhere. And Sam Jackson has like he's a villain with like no clear motivations. It's like just it's a lot of like why is all this happening? But there's some there's some good stuff in there. Like it again, it's like if this was on TV, it's like a decent like okay, I'll just watch it. But it's
Like
nothing. It's nothing though.
I could see this movie getting a remake in 2040, and people talking about it the way we talk about how like the 1980s thing, like how we talk about the 1980s thing compared to the original The Thing.
Yeah.
I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah.
22. Or I'm sorry, 21.
21. My 21 is Licorice Pizza.
I've got that one a little higher. My 21 is Equalizer.
Ooh, I've got that a lot higher.
So then we'll move up to 20. My 20 is Heartbreak Kid.
That is my 20 as well.
Man, I was really disappointed rewatching this.
Yep.
I was really disappointed. I thankfully didn't hype it up like I hyped up It Follows.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. This
the
was
the comedy's just juvenile. It's very juvenile.
it misses more than it hits. I do think there's a couple of good hits in this that still are funny, but it's too long. The second act the second act just drags and the jokes just aren't funny.
Danny McBride is doing awesome in here. We are playing Parcheesi. Very, very quotable from him. Carlos Mencia is here. He's playing just a stereotyped character.
Yeah,
who's
not good.
Assaulting a woman. I've actually reread my review on Letterboxd on this, and I was praising I was praising him.
Oh,
I was praising him
no.
in the review, and I was like, "Oh God, did I really praise him in the review?" And I kept reading, and then there's the line, like, I'm joking." I racked to that line. I was like, "Okay, all right." I thought I had a bad take on Letterboxd.
It's not good. It's not good. It's just not good.
The Stiller is pretty good in this. Both Stiller men.
Yeah.
Ben and Jerry. Jerry sitting in that hot tub with that woman. When your wife on your honeymoon asks you to pile drive her, you pile drive her.
Yeah. Like I said, there's good bits in there. Like I like Rob Corddry's little like his bangs or his little bang. I don't know if it's a
Yeah,
like transplant or
it's
whatever.
he's bald and he's got this. He's got this.
Yeah, he's bald and he's got little bangs and it's very funny.
And I love that he's the friend that's like talking shit, like, man, fuck that bitch. And then as soon as his wife comes in, he's like, honey, yes, what can I do, honey? Huh? What?
Yeah.
Just a little bitch boy.
But
Who
essentially,
talks mad game.
Essentially, that all the stuff we just talked about is all the funny bits, and it's like it's like over 2 hours, isn't it? It feels like it.
Yeah, and the movie just punches down on Isla too much. Like, yeah, she's got her issues.
Yeah, and it
but
drags.
they make her the crutch of the joke and try to make Stiller's character like. Stiller's character should be getting punched down more. Like how they treat Vaughn in Wedding Crashers is how Stiller should have been getting treated in that movie.
Yeah, and it just drags, man. I shouldn't be watching a comedy and be bored, you know? Even at least, yeah, like Man in the House is a worse movie, but at least it has the decency to be like 90 minutes.
Hey, you know what? 90 minutes, you're automatically getting 2 stars from me.
Yeah.
What's your 19?
My
oh wait, I have Licorice Pizza. I'm sorry. That's my 19.
Oh, okay.
Why is your Licorice Pizza so low?
Why did I rate it so low? I was bored.
You were bored, but it's PTA. You love PTA. I
I
know you love PTA.
I like PTA. I like many of his movies. I thought Licorice Pizza was boring. I don't think all the vignettes connected in any way that made me invested. I don't think I cared about the characters, and it's just a bunch of, "Hey, I'm friends with Sean Penn. Let's get him in there. Hey, I know Bradley Cooper. Let's get him in there." It's like I don't care.
I go back to the truck or the van, them her ghost riding it backwards. The Haim girl, I forget her name, but yeah, just ghost riding it in the pitch black hills, Hollywood Hills. No idea what she's doing. They get it, they survive, and you have like you have the juxtaposition of their how they respond to it. You have the young wild boy who's like, "That was the greatest thing ever! Oh my fucking god! What? We're immortal!" And then the Haim girl's like, "Holy shit, that's the scariest fucking thing I ever did. I need to grow the fuck up and stop dating a teenager. I'm like 20. I'm 30. I'm like 30. I need to stop dating this teenager and get the fuck out of here." And then I love that, but then the movie completely like it literally backs over that and has her go back to him, which is sad. But
Yeah, the whole movie is like just I don't know. You have two interesting characters with an interesting dynamic, and the movie would rather be like, "Here's Sean Penn.
yeah, and
Here's
it's
here's
doing
this
the
unrelated plot." You know, here's them opening a mattress, and it's like I don't give a fuck.
it's doing the period piece thing where it's like, isn't it neat that we got all this stuff to make it feel like it's the 70s? Huh? Look at all this
Yeah,
flashy
and
stuff we're doing. It's the 70s.
yeah, and it's boring. And the other right, and I you could compare like the other movie you can compare this to just structurally is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and because that's also a period piece that's essentially just a bunch of vignettes. But those vignettes are interesting, and they all and they all connect like cohesively. And
Well, and there's a reason that they do it in Once Upon a Time. Like the setting at that time period is set at that point because you have the moving of the guard for those actors. You have the family tie-in. Whereas Licorice Pizza, it's like, well, why is this set in this period? Like, why
yeah,
is this
it's
set
just
at this time?
it's just not great. And yeah, I don't know. And PTA has done the whole vignette thing before, and he did it better in Magnolia.
Yeah. What's your 19?
My 19 is Prospect.
I've got that a little higher.
Right.
Uh, 18.
My 18 is Wanted.
My 18 is also Wanted. I like how every few numbers were like, yep,
All right.
right here,
Yeah.
buddy, right here.
Wanted is cool.
It's a cool ass movie.
It's a cool ass movie.
It's cool.
It's rad. It's not much more than that.
Jolie's hot.
Yeah.
That is the most attracted I've ever been to Angelina Jolie.
Yep.
Like the scene where she's in the train and she's got blood on half her face. Like I swooned. Like I was like, someone swept me off my feet because I was like, wow, like that is a beautiful woman.
All I'm saying is if I was in the pharmacy and a woman that looked like that just appeared next to me, specifically looking at me, like for me, I would not react the way James McAvoy did.
All I'm saying is if she approached me and wanted to get a mansion together and adopt a bunch of children from around the world, I wouldn't be a bum about it. I'd be like, yeah, let's fucking do it, girl.
I mean,
That's what you want.
There's a reason half of our episode on that is just talking about Angelina Jolie.
She's just like she's good in it too. Like not to diminish her acting. She's
good.
Like,
she's cool.
Every scene you're like, God.
She's good in it. She's cool. She's badass. It's peak Jolie. And McAvoy is great.
He whips that Ferrari around or whatever that car is and like picks him up and
it's
they
just
scoot up.
Incredible. Incredible stuff. She drives it on the side of a bus. Amazing. It's just a cool rad movie. But yeah, it kind of starts and ends there. It's a cool rad movie. Fun watch, but it's also kind of just that. Which it's fine. It's Fight Club
Light. It's Fight Club Light. And it's got great needle drops. Like if you needle drop who am I thinking of here? Trent Reznor, if you needle drop him or Nine Inch Nails, I'm here for it. I'm here.
Yeah. And I know you said I know you said you didn't like this as much as when you were younger, but I still like when he hits him with the keyboard and it spells "fuck you."
It's just so corny. I do like that the U is his teeth.
Yeah, I like it. It's just
his teeth upside down.
It's a cool rad movie. And yeah, that sometimes that's all a movie needs to be, and that's all that Wanted is, and then that's all it needs to be. But there are better movies.
Very 2006 movie. 17.
Snake Eyes.
I also have Snake Eyes at 17. Get out of my
Nice,
head. Get out
nice.
of my head.
Oh,
Get out of my head. It's the one. It's the
we're
oner.
becoming we're
It's the
bec
oner.
we're becoming symbiotic.
Oh no, I don't like this.
We're
No, the
synchronizing.
oner's really good in this. There was part of me that thought like, "Wow, is this whole movie a oner? Do I not know this?"
Yeah,
Going in, I was worried that it was good. Go ahead.
incredible camera work, right? Going
Mhm.
above, the overhead shot going through the rooms, amazing.
And I was worried if we were gonna get good Cage or bad Cage. We get a pretty Cage here,
Yeah,
and I think the movie once they start going back and retelling the story from everyone's different perspectives, I kind of lose it because it's like, oh, I saw the whole thing. I don't want to relive this night from these different perspectives. Because when they do the different perspectives, I don't think they're doing oneers. I don't remember, but they weren't doing oneers for those different perspectives.
I
That would have
think
been cool.
I think they were
Were they?
because they were in POV shots.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just they go back to the story so many times. It's like, okay, we've been through this. Like, oh, he's the bad guy. What?
Gary Sinise is the bad guy? What? I like the POV shots. I do like the, let's see it from their perspective. Like, I do like when we see it from the boxer's perspective and we're seeing, like, the beginning of the movie and you see Nick Cage there in the distance doing what he's doing, but I think the problem with it is that the plot itself gets too I don't wanna say confusing, but there's some and it gets lost in itself.
They cut the storm stuff. I think they were like everything that's going on inside is like a metaphor for the storm. Like the storm outside is a metaphor for what's going on inside. And I mean, it's kind of crazy. You have to know some of the behind the scenes info to know that they cut a bunch of storm stuff that thematically fit into the movie.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you the end and like it's a disaster zone, and you're like, what happened out here? All you know is there's a storm. You don't realize there's like a there's a hurricane coming, but they completely cut all the hurricane stuff. I do like that they milkshake duck him at the end.
I do like that. I do like they do it. I don't know if I like how they did it, because it's just, like, such a quick ending montage. It's like but I do like that they did it. You know what?
I didn't expect it, and then
Yeah,
when it happened, I was like, "Oh my god, we're montaging a milkshake,
yeah.
milkshake duck."
I think this kind of suffers from what some of the other movies below it suffer from, is that, like, I mean, it's a better movie overall because the acting is better, the directing is better, but I think this could have used a second like, another draft. I think it could have used some tightening up.
You want your milkshake duck to drag out. You want a little more of it.
Yeah, you can milkshake duck him, but, like, you don't just montage it, you know?
Uh, 16?
My 16 is Vengeance.
16 is Prey.
Ooh, okay. My 15 is Prey.
Okay, go ahead. Go on. It's the fact that they made the Predator so cool.
Yeah, it's a cool movie. It's a good Predator movie. They made the Predator too cool. Yeah, and I know we had some other problems. Like, yeah, the Predator's too cool, which kind of ruins the point of the Predator. And I got a lot to say about this Predator Badlands that's coming out that everybody seems to be like, "Oh, it looks so
Jesus
cool." And I'm just like, "No."
Christ, they doubled down.
I'm just like,
They
"No."
doubled down on the wrong thing.
I'm just like, "No, that doesn't like sure, maybe it'll be a cool movie, but like it's they completely missed the point of Predator if you're making a Predator the protagonist. Like, no. And yeah, there's no the side characters in this are nothing. Like, there's no supporting cast. Like, there are other
No,
characters, but like they're not like they could who are they? I don't know.
the time they used to make the Predator look cool and like someone not to idolize, but like to build him up as a character, they could have been instead building up the rest of the tribe. So then when they start dying, you're like, oh fuck, like damn it, god damn it.
Yeah. And
Like the trappers feel like better. The trappers have more character than some of the tribe,
yeah, they do, and which is great because
which is fucked up.
it's fun to see them get killed, but it's like, yeah, well, like, why do they have more screen time and character and personality than the tribe? Like, her own brother who sacrifices himself to so she can escape, I'm like, "That's great. I don't know you.
Yeah, like he was a good big brother in those few scenes where he brought her along for the hunt, but other than that, you didn't give us much.
Yeah.
And this was another one, like, watched it in 2022. Oh, this is a 5-star movie. Rewatching it for this, like,
Yeah.
man, this is rough.
And this is a symptom of them making the Predator cool. They show the Predator too much. It like
Yeah.
it completely misses the point of the Predator in that the Predator's like not cool. The Predator's just a bad hunter who cheats. He's just walking around with his invisibility and his heat vision and his laser fucking gun, and it's like, no, the Predator sucks.
Well, and he should have been kept hidden, just like in Predator, the original
Yeah,
Predator. Like
yeah.
you don't see the final thing until well into the movie. And you have the tribe, and what do tribes have folklore. And if you build this thing up where, like, hey, there's this creature in the forest, and there's a bear that gets brought into this, and that's really cool. But like, if you do folklore and then you have the bear, and maybe like, to them the bear is the folklore, and then the predator kills the bear, and that's the first time we see the predator, then that's terrifying. Then we see that, like, there's something worse than the bear. But no, instead we get, oh, the predator's here. Oh, he killed a snake, and then he killed a wolf. Now he's working his way up the food chain. I don't need
Yeah,
to see that.
it's
I know that the predators are deadly. I don't care if this is an inexperienced predator that's learning along the way.
I don't need to see the Predator more than I see the characters.
Yeah. I want to care about the people you're getting ready to slaughter.
Yeah. Okay, what's your 15?
My 15 is T2.
Really?
Yeah, I had it pretty far down there. There's a lot of movies here that I really liked, and I don't know, just watching T2 this time, and we can talk about it when we get higher, but I don't know, I just fell off of it a little bit, especially when T1000 disappears.
Yeah, that is a bad stretch.
14?
My 14 is The Equalizer.
Okay.
I like
This movie.
I
This
like
movie.
listen, I love a movie where and the more movies I watch, the more I kind of appreciate just a movie where just one man is just outclasses everybody by such a degree.
The whole warehouse showdown with the Nine Inch Nails coded song that's playing as he's killing these men in these horrendous ways. He hangs one, I believe, if I recall
He
correctly.
hangs one with barbed wire, stares
Hangs one
at
with
him,
barbed wire.
stares him dead in the face while he's like essentially choking to death on his own blood.
And you got this moody music playing. He's just going through them. The earlier fight where he offers them $9,000 for
Yep.
Chloe
Chloe Grace Moretz's character, who's a
Grace Moretz's character.
prostitute. He offers to pay for her freedom, and like, you're gonna pay that per month, and then he fucking destroys them. And the way he just lines them up with the little skulls on the table, he's just a cold motherfucker, and it's incredible.
He's a badass dude, and then he comes over because the lead guy, he stabs him almost immediately, but he's like dying on the floor as the rest of his guys are being taken out.
Yeah.
And then he comes over, he's like, all this for $9,000. You could have avoided all this for $9,000.
Yeah, and he's like, now you're gonna die on this funky floor. And I looked at
it's so cool.
and he describes what's happening to him. He's like, yeah, your lungs are filling up with blood. You've severed like this valve or whatever, and it's like, and in 36 seconds you'll be dead. And it's like, God, man, that's amazing.
Well, and the one thing I don't like about the movie is they try to John Wickify it and be like, and try to throw in some like back lore for him, like he was with this agency and then his wife died and all that. It's like, I don't need all that.
They throw in that scene. They throw in that scene with Bill Pullman and Melissa Leo, and you're like, I don't need this. I don't care that he worked for a government agency and worked with these people. Like, I can clearly know he was some sort of professional assassin, probably for the government.
Yeah,
you don't have to.
That's my one.
You don't have to throw in that scene. But yeah, I like this movie. It's just a great movie, and I think at this point, I think basically in terms of my list, everything from Prospect up is a movie that I like. And I've essentially, at this point, have started ranking them based on, how much I would like to watch them again. And I would, The Equalizer, I could watch The Equalizer anytime.
It's fun. I would say, yeah, anything from my lists, I would probably, if I were going to do it again, would switch Equalizer and Heartbreak Kid. But after that, I'd watch them again. Anything Equalizer up minus Heartbreak Kid.
Yeah.
Uh,
Um.
my my 14. Well, let me make sure my cat didn't kick me out. My 14 is Punch Drunk Love.
Okay. Mine is a little higher.
Okay. 13.
My 13 is Sound of Metal.
Wow, we are off now. I don't think we're gonna get back on track here. My 13 is Golden Eye.
Okay. Yeah. I have GoldenEye quite a bit higher.
12.
My 12 is Punch Drunk Love.
Okay. What was your 13 again, real quick?
Sound of Metal.
That's right. Okay. All right. Yeah. Punch Drunk Love. I don't know. Like, I think just like any PT, I think it's better the second time because I did not like this the first time.
Really, I liked this the
I
first
thought
time.
it was all over the place.
I did
I
like
thought it
this
was
the
all
first
over the
time I
place.
watched it.
But I also think the first time I watched it, like I was like, yeah, Adam Sandler, he's funny. I'm gonna have a good time. And no, it's manic. Like this feels like I felt watching this how I felt watching Uncut Gems,
Yes.
but more.
It's like I said in our episode, this movie, if you if you are awkward in any way, if you're an awkward individual, if you have any type of anxiety or whatever, this movie is more stressful than Uncut Gems.
Right.
And the
If you
way, right, like the way, like the music is stressful the entire time. There was that Letterbox review. The soundtrack is the best part. It made me want to kill myself. And it's accurate because like the music in this movie is so stressful. And even when he's just doing things like going to the food truck to get lunch, talking on the phone, and it's just like because everything's stressful. He's like, oh, people are gonna talk to me, and I got to deal with this, and he's just an awkward guy.
I like with him being an awkward guy, I like how much they have him on the phone because I imagine as him, like that man hates being on the phone.
Yeah,
He hates it so
he,
much, and
he
that's most people. That's most people now. They hate being on the phone,
yep.
and so I thought that was a fun through line. I also love that he has that one phone call that he's happy to make, and he's like, oh, she answered, thank God, as opposed to like a few minutes earlier, he's telling his sister, one of his 7 sisters, that he's gonna fucking kill her if she doesn't get off his case and
I
give him this girl's address.
Yeah, it's 90 minutes. It's pretty breezy. It is quite manic, but like it's manic in like a quirky way and not I mean it's stressful, but it's not manic in a stressful way. It's stressful because of other reasons, but I don't know, it's got a nice dreamy quality to it, and I think yeah, it's just this is a movie that I'd like to watch.
And Sandler and Trump are wearing the same suit all the time. He's wearing the suit again.
He's wearing that stupid suit.
My 12 is El Royale,
Okay, I have that just slightly higher.
and then my 11 is Prospect, which I
Okay.
think we both agreed was a very mid movie,
It's
just
the
very in the
most
middle.
it's the most 3 out of 10 movie maybe I've ever seen. And not
Yeah,
in a bad way. It's just it's a very like that's a 3-star movie through
it's a
and through.
3-star movie. It's a 3-star movie that got Pedro Pascal a season and 2 episodes of The Last of Us.
He doesn't need it. He's off to bigger and better things.
He's gonna be fine. He's everywhere
He's
else.
a very busy man.
But a very very green movie. Might be the second most green movie on this list after Prey.
Yeah.
Just love the way it's shot. You can tell it's very much a shoestring budget. Most of the money probably went to getting Pedro on this.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, they certainly you can tell they ran out of money around the time they were like, we need some sort of, things floating in the air on this planet. Well, we'll just copy and paste the same PNG.
yeah, we need these dust particles.
Yeah, these dust
They won't.
particles.
They won't be distracted by these dust particles. Sophie, we need you to go into the shuttle and dance around for an hour. We had that cool scene for you to do, but we just need you to dance now.
I do think this movie could have, even like with its budget, I think this movie could have gone into like 3.5-star territory if they tightened up the script a little, get Pedro and her together quicker, tighten up or drop the J. Duplass subplot.
Make you care about the dad. Yeah, make you care about the dad just a little more if you're gonna.
Yeah.
Because she goes and dances. It's like, motherfucker, your dad just died. What are
Yeah.
you doing?
Yeah, kill him off quicker, or get her and Pedro together quicker. Because this is a 90-minute movie, and it feels like forever before like they get together, and that's the main, like that's the draw of the movie.
Yeah, but once they are together and they're cutting up those weird mushroom things, like the stakes are high. Like you can feel the tension when they're trying to cut that open and they're at gunpoint with these people. There's a guy in a red box for some reason.
Yeah. It does a good job of being like, okay, there's clearly a wider world out here that clearly has some interesting things going on, but it doesn't matter. We're on this planet. This is the story. And I do appreciate
Right.
that. But yeah, this is a 3 out of 5 movie, if there ever was one.
I love it, and that's why it's my number 11.
My number 11 is Looper.
Got that one just a little bit higher.
All right.
My number 10 is Vengeance.
All right.
Again, I really like that this is BJ Novak, like calling himself out for being BJ Novak. But you know what? That probably doesn't help because now he's dating a. I don't know if you saw this.
I didn't.
He's dating a TikTok star.
Oh no. Oh no.
The girl who does she does the TikToks where she's the pretentious girl in an indie movie, and she's like in the grocery store. Have you seen these?
No, I'm not on. I don't use TikTok.
I see her on Facebook all the time for some reason. I don't know why Facebook's always pushing her to me, but
I don't use
they're
Facebook. so-
funny, but they're obnoxious. And of course, BJ Novak is dating this girl
Oh,
because
no.
his true love is happily married with kids. But no, Vengeance. It's it kind of it's a satire on murder mystery podcast, and just uber educated podcasters thinking they can find the meaning of something by doing a 12 episode podcast.
I gotta get my voice out there. I gotta make my opinion known.
And I like that they play with that voice motif, and you have BJ who's very much like that, and then you have Ashton Kutcher before he basically started backing rapists. You have him doing a really good role here where he's a music producer who pushes people to get their voice out there as musicians, and he talks about people getting their voice out, and that really inspires them too. But then you find out he's all phony, and
Yeah, he's a
you
grifter.
find out he's a grifter, and he's like, oh, everyone gets a voice. Like, yeah, maybe I killed your ex-girlfriend, but guess what? Like, people are gonna want to hear all of our sides. They're gonna want to hear all of our voices. And BJ shooting him, well, first of all, missing, which I think is great, but then shooting him the second time and just killing him right then and there. Perfect ending. I was like, yes, get the hell out of Dodge, kill the podcast. Perfect ending. I really like the ending on this. I enjoy this. I'm gonna get the 4K for this when it comes out. So,
Ooh, fancy.
yeah. No, I know. There's no eye candy reason for me to do this for this particular movie,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Are they doing a 4K for this?
I imagine.
Hmm.
Everything gets a 4K eventually, right?
I guess. Eventually they'll be like, this is a cult movie. Gets a 4K.
It feels like one of those movies that like 10 years from now, everyone will be like, you don't like Vengeance? What's wrong with you? What do you have at 10? Did you have anything else on Vengeance?
No, you summed it up pretty well, and I didn't like it as much as you, but it's a good movie, and it's 2:30 in the morning, so I'm getting less lucid as time goes on.
Okay, you're 10. You're 10.
My 10 is Bad Times at the El Royale.
Good ass set pieces.
Oh, I love this movie. I love this movie. I made my list, and I had this a little lower. I think I made my list originally, and I had this where you had it at like 12 or whatever. And before we started this episode, I was looking at it, and I was like, that doesn't seem right, because I could watch that movie over and over again. And I bumped it up because it's so good. Like
it's not a perfect movie, but it plays with its themes so well.
Yeah, like I know it has its problems, but like when I'm watching it, and especially for this podcast, a lot of the time I'm watching these movies like looking for things like, what am I gonna say for my dislikes? What am I gonna say for my dislikes? And a lot of times it's like, okay, I don't like this. I don't like this. Bad Times at the Realm, just like, I don't know, man. It washes over me. The set, the hotel itself is incredible.
The two sides, the Nevada side, the California side. You've got Hemsworth showing up late, which, I mean, if your main problem with the movie is the way they marketed it, that's not a movie problem, that's a marketing problem.
Yeah,
which I think you enjoy this movie way more if you don't know Hemsworth is in it.
Yeah, but and I think as someone who's seen this like 3 times now, and I know Hemsworth is showing up, it doesn't make it less effective when he does. It's such a good character entrance. And I think
It is.
it's kind of becoming a lost art in movies these days. Like characters just appear like they're not important. They'll just like the camera will just pan to them and they'll talk. So when like a movie has a character entrance like that good, I'm like, yeah, man, you got to savor that shit.
Can't think of many good character entrances besides that. Like maybe Will Ferrell in Wedding Crashers. Though that's not so much an entrance, that's just them walking in and he's just in a bathrobe. But yeah, it is a lost art.
Yeah, and yeah, it's just and everything about it is the lighting and oh my god, a modern movie with good lighting. And
What?
a modern movie with good lighting and good color grading and like a visual style that conveys the themes. Ugh.
You got Cynthia Erivo in here fucking singing her fucking ass off.
Yeah, you got Jeff Bridges doing like, and look, Jeff Bridges is a legendary actor. This is maybe one of his best performances. I think, like
But you know who really?
he's doing really strong work here. As this like old, this old time, bank robber has Alzheimer's, doesn't remember where the
He's
money is. He's forgetting things.
he's really good in it. But there's someone that stands out above everybody else in this movie.
Dakota Johnson.
Yes, Dakota Johnson and her plain Jane. Like I'm in this movie.
Is that who you're actually gonna say?
No, it was Lewis Pullman.
Yes. Yes.
Acting his ass off. Just the confessions about all the people he killed in the war. He's just he's in a big panic the entire movie.
Yeah, the entire movie, you're like, this guy's cracking under the pressure. Like it's finally gotten to him.
I did not know he's in Thunderbolts.
Yes, he is.
I'm gonna have to check that out. That was your 10, right?
That was my 10. What is your number
10.
9?
What's your number? My number 9 is, let me make sure I got this right. 'Cause I scratched stuff out, a bunch of stuff out. Sound of Metal.
Okay.
This movie fucking beats the shit out of you.
Yes.
He loses his hearing. He joins the.
This is my summary of this movie. Fantastic movie, not a fun watch.
Not a fun watch, like very hard to watch.
Yeah, not a fun watch.
Especially once he finds Community and then he turns his back on Community and then he tries to come back and the Community turns their back on him.
I've never been. I can't remember the last time I was this mad at a movie protagonist. Like, oh my god, I wanted to scream at the screen, but I knew he wouldn't be able to hear me.
Or you would sound like very fucking distorted.
Yeah.
Like when they turned that on, and what was the cost? Was that $40,000? I forget how much that cost.
When he turns that on, and he's like, he finally feels like he's gotten to the light at the end of the tunnel, and he turns it on, and it all sounds like fucking a McDonald's drive-through speaker, as if you're hearing the whole world through a McDonald's drive-through speaker, and not a properly functioning one either. I was like, oh no.
Fucking, it's
Just
devastating. You're like,
The
no.
worst. Yeah.
You sold everything for this.
He sold everything. He burned all of his bridges. Like he was making a new life that he could have had and been happy. But he was just so hell bent on like not accepting his current reality. And this is what he gets. I was like, oh no. And my immediate reaction was, I would fucking kill myself if I had to hear the world that way. I'd rather be deaf.
I would do immediately what he did at the end. I would have done immediately. I would have taken him off and been like, no.
Yeah.
No, not now.
But he doesn't. He tries to say, because he's so stubborn about it. He's like, I'm going to hear. He refuses. He refuses to learn these lessons until it's essentially too late.
Until everyone has gone out of his life. He's turned his back on he's done with his ex-girlfriend. He's moved on. And yeah, he's just there alone. But it's finally peaceful by the end. But you're like, God damn, dude, you could have saved $40,000 and like had a the community wanted. They offered him a full-time fucking job.
He was happy that you could see him, and you see him become happier with them. Like he didn't want to be there at first, and then you see him being happy, like helping the kids and like teaching them how to drum and being part of the community. And then and he, at the end, he finally, takes those things out and just basks in the silence, and he kind of finds peace. But you're just like, bro, you could have found this peace so much earlier and been so much happier.
That teacher was so into him.
Yeah,
they didn't do anything, but she's into you, dude. And then he had that sweet moment with the kid on the slide, like doing the beat on the slide, and like he was like feeling it with his hand. So sweet.
And he just throws it all away.
fucking asshole. But great movie.
Yeah, great movie.
Great movie.
Great movie.
Hard to fucking watch. It should have won
Yeah.
some more Oscars.
Yeah.
What's your number 9?
My number 9 is RoboCop.
I've got it just a little higher. Just a little higher.
Okay.
Smidge higher.
All right. What's your number 8?
My number 8 is... Oh boy, my handwriting got... I must have been really tired when I wrote this down. My number 8 is Vengeance.
That can't be true. You've already talked about it.
Yeah, okay, it's my number 10. So then what did I put up at number... I am missing a movie. What's your number 8?
My number 8 is Predator.
I think that's my number 8.
Is it?
Yep.
All
Yep,
right.
that's my number 8.
All right.
I had there's an arrow pointing up at it. Yep. I
Okay.
found it. I found it.
Okay, Predator. Incredible. Incredible movie. I honestly, I think at this point, everything is a 5-star movie on my list, to me, at least. 5 or 4,
Same.
4.5 or 5 from this point on. Yeah, Predator's amazing, man. And again, unlike Prey, the Predator isn't a cool dude. He's fucking just an invisible specter hunting them. Those commandos are like, each of them are distinct characters that you can remember. They have their own personalities. They have their own memorable deaths. Like it's not just Arnold Schwarzenegger and some schmucks.
Yeah, Predator, and they do a really good, like, you don't like these guys necessarily, but it shows that they're capable. They're all very different. They're capable killers. And I think that's what Prey was doing with the Predator. But again, it's like, why are you doing this with him? As opposed to, here are our human characters. Are they flawed? Fuck yes, they are. These guys are terrible. These guys are one pussy joke away from being sent to HR.
And I just love taking these uber masculine musclehead action dude bros and just immediately throwing them in a situation where they're afraid and pissing their pants and just completely outmatched.
Yeah, because once he starts, because he doesn't start taking them out until what, 40 minutes into the movie?
Yeah, like you see them and like they take that little village and it's like the most bombastic, ridiculous, like over the top 80s action thing. And then 10 minutes later, they're like, what's happening? We're all gonna die.
And the funny thing about that village scene, it doesn't need to be that bombastic. Like, this village barely has the wherewithal to protect themselves.
I
like
love
they're
it
running a generator off a car wheel that's just spinning up in the air.
I love it because those commandos, they're America, right? And this little village is, Vietnam or whatever other nation America wants to invade, right? And then all of a sudden, guess what? Now they're the Vietnamese. And the Predator's America.
It was yeah, the Predator the Predator's wearing a mask, pulls it off like, I was America the whole time.
Yeah, you give me the oil. Then the democracy. No, but
he's scary too. This is like an action movie, but it's still very scary.
And it's such a great flip of just like, like the handshake between Arnold and Carl Weathers. And I know it's become a meme now, but that's got to be the manliest, most muscle-bound handshake of all time. And an hour later, they're just all like, we're gonna die. We're all gonna die here.
And most of them do.
Yeah, most of them do. And I love, like, it takes Arnold to be like, I'm not gonna, it takes Arnold essentially throwing away all this, like, gadgetry and, like, well-equipped armaments and just going back to basics, covering himself in mud, lighting a torch and screaming his head off.
A very good scream from Arnie there.
Yep.
I'm glad we got back on in sync for a little bit there.
What is your number 7?
Looper.
All right.
I really love Looper. This is probably my favorite. Ryan Johnson. After The Last Jedi. No, I do like The Last Jedi though.
It is good.
This is just good sci-fi.
It is.
This is good.
It's good.
This is good Paul Dano getting his ass kicked.
Good, economical, straight to the point. I don't want to talk about time travel shit.
Yeah.
It's just great.
Good Bruce Willis.
It is good Bruce Willis. I do wish he was in it more. I think it does slow down a lot when you get in that second act.
Once he gets to the farm, you're just like, I don't care about Sid. I don't care about this little kid.
Yeah.
Like, I know this. We know this is the kid right away. We know this is the one.
I do think it does have that problem of, like, it doesn't fully convince you that, yeah, maybe Bruce Willis shouldn't kill it. Like, it doesn't fully convince you that he shouldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a problem.
Yeah, you should make this kid sympathetic because he's just kind of there being a moody little kid yelling at his mom.
Yeah.
killing that one gunner, or what, I forget what the gunners are called in that, but
Yeah,
blowing this man up.
you could. You could have easily. I think they really should have done a better job making him more sympathetic and just like I don't know, like get into the because the kid is kind of he's the most important character in the movie, and he's almost barely a character because his whole characterization is that he's kind of just like a bratty kid who screams a lot, and and that essentially because he's such a powerful telekinetic, he kills people or whatever. It's like, I don't know, maybe if you do a better job characterizing him and, like, why he's like that and, like, what causes that, maybe I'll care enough to be like, "Yeah, Bruce Willis shouldn't kill him." But by the end, just and I do love the ending when Joseph Gordon-Levitt is just like, he kills himself because he's like, "That's the only way out of this."
Yeah.
This loop essentially because, if I don't, this kid's gonna get away and he's gonna be scared and alone and it's gonna cause this whole thing. So I'll close the loop and he kills himself. And that's all fine and dandy. I love that ending, but I'm still love the feeling of like, you should have just let Bruce Willis kill that kid. That kid was trouble. I still don't
Yeah, I felt
I still don't fully believe that you killing yourself and preventing Bruce Willis from doing all this is I still don't fully believe that kid isn't still just gonna become the Rainmaker, you know?
I felt worse for the kids that he did kill. And then because like you see him for a minute and they're just, a kid walking home from school, bam.
Yeah.
And then you also feel bad for Bruce Willis because he
yeah.
instantly knows that's not the kid. He's like, I
That
just
scene
killed the kid
is
and it wasn't the kid.
That scene is so effective because, like, he kills the kid and you're like, "Oh my god, he's not gonna do it. No, Bruce Willis," right? And he does
Right.
it, and he immediately is sick of himself. Like, he's disgusted
'Cause,
with
yeah,
himself.
an innocent kid. Yeah, they should have built up Sid instead of having JGL and Emily Blunt fuck randomly because they just both haven't fucked in a while, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Not
But
to
yeah,
sound like a Gen Z moviegoer, but
yeah. No, but,
it's
like,
like, what are we doing?
other than that, though, it's just a smart movie. It's got a couple of cool action scenes. All the stuff with Bruce Willis and Joseph Gordon-Levitt together is great, and yeah, it's just a nice economical sci-fi. It
Good
doesn't
sci-fi.
it doesn't burden itself in exposition, and we're gonna explain the world because it knows you don't care, and it doesn't
Like,
matter.
no, just watch this movie. Shut the fuck up. Watch the movie.
Shut
Watch.
the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up when you're talking to me. What's your number 7?
My number 7 is All the President's Men.
I've got it higher. I've got it way higher.
And what's your number
To the
6?
top. Number 6 is The Beekeeper.
I got it higher.
I knew you would. I know where this is on yours. Number 5.
My number 5 is The Beekeeper.
Oh, I thought this was gonna be your. For some reason, I thought this was your number 1.
No.
What
What a picture.
What more do we need to say about The Beekeeper that we haven't already said?
What a picture. If you still haven't seen The Beekeeper, fucking go watch The Beekeeper. And I'm not kidding, this will be one of the defining movies of the 2020s.
The way we look back at these 90s movies, like the way we look back at these 90 movies and we say, man, we used to make movies. 20 years from now, we're gonna look back at The Beekeeper and be like, man, we used to make movies.
Yeah. This is when you look back on this decade and say, what were the defining works of art? The Beekeeper will be on that list.
It's towards the top. To be. I choose to be.
Gotta protect the hive.
Kills herself. She kills herself. I still can't get over it. Oh my god, all the money.
Why was she Mickey Mouse?
I don't know.
All right. My number 4 is Terminator 2.
I gotta give you my number 5.
Oh yeah.
I've got Wedding Crashers. Did I give you my number 5 already?
No, because my number 6 is. Did we skip one? Did we skip one?
My 6 is Beekeeper. Your 6 was All the President's Men, right?
No, my 7 was All the President's Men. Wedding Crashers was not.
Okay.
Wedding Crashers was my 6.
Okay, so then Wedding Crashers is my 5. So we did what we did earlier.
Yeah, it's late. It's late.
It's late. Wedding Crashers is fun.
Yeah,
Wedding
it's fun.
Crashers.
Incredible movie. Again, like I said before, at this point in my list, it's just what were the movies I'm going to rewatch the most, and I'm going to rewatch Wedding Crashers. Wedding Crashers. You can just. This is one of those movies you put on literally anytime.
If you're upset about what they did to Vaughn in that bedroom on that property, that's the point of the movie. It's bad guys getting their comeuppance, which is something
Yeah.
that doesn't happen in real life. And Just come on.
It's a fun, funny movie, and yeah, you turn this on anytime, and you can have fun. It's like, oh, I want to watch a movie. I don't know what to watch, and just Wedding Crashers, and it's always a good choice.
Either that or playing tummy sticks. You pick. What's your number 4?
Terminator 2.
Wow, this is way higher. I thought you'd be a little more warm on this.
You know what? I was really thinking about it when I was making this list, and well, I got my problems with that second act when you take out Robert Patrick and he's gone for like a half hour, and I don't like it. And I don't think this movie is. A lot of people are like, "Oh, Terminator 2 is the best action movie of all time," or "Oh, it's the best action movie of the '90s," and I'm like, I don't think it's either of those things. But I was looking at my list and I'm thinking, where am I going to put Terminator 2? And I do think that it's a really rewatchable movie. I think I think all the good shit in it is incredible. I don't like that 30 minutes without Robert Patrick, but I'm just like, I can withstand that 30 minutes to get to the good stuff, baby. And this movie's full
It,
of good stuff.
it's a lot of good stuff. It's seeing the T-1000 and how he works, like seeing all his different abilities throughout the movie.
Yeah.
It's Arnold showing up at the ward or the health center.
Yep.
And scaring the shit out of Sarah Connor, who's like, this who tried to kill. Like, it's
Come with me if you come with
reversal.
me if you want to live. It's the chase in the LA River. It's the finale in the smelting factory, whatever it was. It's Arnie learning to become human. It's so
Yeah,
good.
I might have been a little hard on it.
Yeah,
Maybe it was the state of the world
maybe.
and us getting closer and closer.
Maybe, but yeah, I was real. And again, I do think because when we watched this and did this, I had never seen this before. It's the only Terminator movie I'd never seen, and I don't want to say it didn't live up to the hype because again, I don't think it's like the best action movie ever made or I don't even think maybe not even I don't even think it's my favorite Arnie movie, but just on a pure like as a movie, yeah, this is the fucking shits. Like it
It's
rules.
a good movie about finding. It's a good movie about finding your humanity. I mean, just like Civil War last year, which was a movie like either you have your humanity or you have your journalism. Pick it. And T2's like, okay, you can either be this badass soldier or you can have your humanity. Like, pick.
Yep.
You can be this killing machine like you are right now, Sarah Connor, or you can find your humanity and be a mom.
Yeah, and it's look, there's a reason people still say "Hasta la vista, baby." And it's like, yeah, like if I'm thinking, what movies, and if I'm thinking, if I'm looking at this wheel and thinking, which of these movies do I want with me on a desert island? I do want Terminator 2.
Yeah, I would. You know what? I'm kind of regretting putting it down to 15, but it's gonna stay there for now. But it is really good. It is
Yeah.
really good.
All right,
That was your number 4, right?
What is my number 4? What is your number 4?
The Nice Guy.
Ooh, I got that a little bit higher.
It's so nice. I almost listed it twice. Number 3.
My number 3 is Goldeneye. Goldeneye.
Jesus, you really love Goldeneye.
I do love Goldeneye. Look, I'm a Bond head. I don't know what Bond fans are called.
You do love Bond. You're
I'm a
into
Bond guy.
bondage. You're a bondage guy.
I'm a bondage guy. I do love bondage.
I think you like Bond overall. I think you like bondage overall more than I do.
I do.
That's Brosnan for sure.
I like Bond. I'm a big Bond guy. I've seen all the movies multiple times. Look, I've been watching James Bond since I was like 4 years old. I think James Bond is the reason I like movies so much. So maybe I'm biased, but I love James Bond, and Goldeneye is a really fucking good James Bond movie.
Good bad guy, good Bond girl,
Yeah,
good side villains.
just it's one of the best. And Brosnan, like we said in the episode, I don't think he gets the credit he deserves as for being as good of a Bond as he was.
You're a Brosnan sympathizer.
Yeah, I'm a Brosnan sympathizer. I'm a Brosnan truther.
That's into bondage.
I'm a bonded. Yeah, I'm a Brosnan truther. There are dozens of us. Dozens.
Just add that to your Blue Sky bio.
Bondage Brosnan truther.
You'll get a few journalists like, what does this mean? What? Give us the scoop.
I should make a post on Blue Sky and be like, be like, "Hey, I love James Bond, and I want to meet up with all my other James Bond fans. So if you're into bondage, reply below.
If you're a fellow bondage head,
If you're a fellow bondage enthusiast, if you're into bond, if you're into bondage like I am, reply below." But yeah, I love Goldeneye. It's a great Bond movie. Top 3 Bond movie for me.
Sean Bean's good in it. I
Yeah.
like him as a 006.
All right.
I
What is
hate MI6, but also they sold my parents into slavery.
What is
You could have stopped it before that. but
yeah,
okay.
yeah. They went a little too far there. But Boris, man. I am invincible.
Boris.
I still say
Boris.
that. I quote that all the time. Whenever I get past like a tough section in a video game, I become Boris.
Do you know what part of this movie I quote every day?
Golden Eye?
No. Xenia, I
Xenia.
can't breathe. Every day.
Every
Every day.
day? Every day?
Every day. I'll be in
Oh.
church.
Listen, if I could die as happy as a man as that guy did, I would I'd be okay with that.
The look on his face in death. That
All
man
right.
got the shit fucked out of him.
What is your number 3?
My number 3 is RoboCop. This is just some good ass satire. Hey, the rule for thee, not for me. What is that? Imperative 4 or whatever, where he can't kill the executive level
Yeah.
folks, and then they take it away, and he's like,
kill,
"Thank you."
He can't kill or arrest them.
And it's just good ass satire. There's
Who
robots fighting.
Who cares if it didn't work? We had a
God.
contract with the military. They were gonna buy them. Who cares if it didn't work?
It's fucking timely. It's so on the nose. Like they're so on the nose with it, but it's like, that's how it is.
It is.
Yeah,
It's aged like fine wine.
it's fucking fine ass wine that makes you sad and weep into it as you're drinking. I could rewatch RoboCop. That would probably be my island movie. One of my island movies if I
Yeah.
ever had the opportunity.
I think all my top 10 would be my island movies, but obviously the upper echelon would have to take priority.
What is your number 2?
My number 2 is Heathers.
Spoiler alert, I have it higher, buddy.
Yeah, I know.
My number 2 is All the President's Men. I am a mark-ass mark when it comes to journalism movies. Journalism is dead, guys. I don't know if you know this. The New York Times is licking up the boots. The WAPO. Democracy has died in the dark, everybody.
Democracy has died in the dark. You know what they're not doing anymore? They're not standing behind the boys.
They're not standing behind the boys of the WAPO.
Nobody's going, fuck it, we stand behind the boys. Nobody's doing that.
The you know what? The hard-hitting journalism right now is over at Wired. Wired is leading us through these fascist-esque times.
The hard-hitting journalism is hidden in coded messages in Screen Rant listicles.
No, don't evoke Screen Rant after what the Valnet did this week. Don't evoke it.
It's such old news by the time this episode comes out. People won't know what we're talking about.
I know, but no, this is just a good ass 70s movie about reporters doing what reporters do, going out, getting sources, talking to people in dark garages.
It's literally just a movie. It's just 2 hours of Dustin Hoffman and Robert Redford following up on leads. Like
I watched this.
90% of the movie is them calling people on the phone and asking questions, or going to people's homes and asking questions. It has no right to be this entertaining.
I have a weird thing where I really like scenes in a movie where someone like gets up on the phone, like they're on a home phone, and they get up on it like this. Like, I don't know, like audio guys just have really good at like getting someone's voice when they're on the phone like this.
I do think,
I don't know.
I don't know, maybe
love
this
it.
is a conspiracy theory, but I do think that there's something was lost in cinema when like the home phone was essentially killed. Like there's something about someone picking up a landline in a movie and putting it up against their ear, and it comes down, and it's like it starts at the ear and it goes to their mouth, and they're holding it, and some of them have their pinky out or whatever, and they're holding it like casually. There's an art to a movie phone call that just doesn't work on a cell phone.
It's because the cell phone is just this device. The smartphone, the modern cell phone, is just a device that connects you with everybody. Whereas the home phone is like this, intimate device where you're connected one on and don't even start on three-way calls. If you bring it up, I will
Oh,
fucking kill you. But it's an intimate device where you're talking to they're in your fucking ear.
they're
They're in
in
your
your
ear. You're not getting
they're
notified
in your
about anything
ear.
else.
The thing goes all the way to your mouth, like the other end that you speak into. So it's like, yeah, there's something so cinematic about it. And even like older cell phones, the flip phones, there's something much more cinematically satisfying about watching someone talk on a flip phone and close it shut afterwards than there is just watching someone with a fucking square, a black rectangle up against their face.
Ferris Bueller talking on his old 80s cell phone, his big brick 80s cell phone. I've always loved watching him talk on that thing. I don't know why. It's
Yeah.
like some of my favorite stuff in that movie.
I think, and I do think, I know, I'm sure there's been pieces written about this from smarter people than us. I think there's a reason there's so many like period pieces these days is because like nobody wants to deal with these fucking smartphones. Smartphones are not cinematic unless your name is Glenn Powell.
You know what the last notable phone, we'll get back to this, but you know what the last notable phone in cinema was?
Um, the clamshell from It Follows.
No, that was god awful phone. No, the hamburger phone from Juno.
What was that? The last notable phone?
That was the last notable phone. No other phones have been notable since Juno's hamburger phone. You have Diablo Cody to thank for that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, something about that. Just, I mean, Hitman uses it well with the notes app scene, but like, there's just something. It doesn't. These goddamn, just these, just I don't know. These indiscriminate fucking rectangles just up against your face. Like this isn't fun. Like it, I don't know. It doesn't look good. It's not cinematic. It's boring. There's no interesting way to talk on a smartphone. You know, there's an
And it's even
interesting.
less.
Yeah, there's an interesting way to talk on a landline, on an old landline. There's an interesting way to talk and interact on a flip phone. There isn't on a smartphone. There just
And
isn't.
it's less interesting. The text, the way they show text, and like you have the text bubbles pop up. It's like this feels like so in. This doesn't feel human. Like I don't want these text bubbles popping up. I know you're doing it so I can see it, but get it the fuck
Yeah.
out of here. And then they use the smartphone, like they'll show the home screen of whoever the character is to like kind of have a character moment, but it's like the most like broad stroke brush, like, oh, that was them in a crazy hat. They must be a goofy character, or this is them with their mom who where is she? Oh, she's dead.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, it's lazy. And I don't know. I guess you have no choice because that's what society is now, but I guess that's where we're at cinematically is that the world is lazy and so are the movies.
World is lazy, so are the movies, and we don't back the boys anymore.
No.
But yeah, all the President's Men is my number two. What's your number one?
My number 1 is The Nice Guys.
Good flick. Good ass flick.
This is a good ass flick. Is this the last time movies were good? Just overall?
Was this 26? This was 2016, right?
Yeah. Was this the last time things were good overall?
The internet was less annoying. The internet's always been kind of annoying, but it kind of feels like it ramped up with the Trump presidency.
Yeah.
It goes back to my thing where everybody online thinks they need to be Jon Stewart or Alex Jones. And I get it, you want to stand up and fight like the atrocities that someone like Trump is doing. But when everyone is Jon Stewart, when everyone is Alex Jones, you just want to fucking
And here's the thing, right? Most people, 99.9% of people, cannot be Jon Stewart because they are dumber and less funny.
Yeah.
Granted, most people could be Alex Jones, and many of them
But
choose to be.
there are still some really dumb people out there. Like Alex
Yeah.
Jones is dumb, but there's some people that probably make him look like fucking Einstein.
Yeah, yeah. Looking at you, Twitch streamers.
All of you. Every last fucking one of you. Even Twitch, the Twitch meta right now. The Twitch meta is fucking politics. Everyone's talking politics on Twitch. It's crazy.
I listen, I'm on Twitch for video games, and if you're on Twitch for something that isn't video games, I don't have time for you.
But speaking of speaking of like films that use their period really well, The Nice Guys is probably one of the best examples of that I can think of.
Yep.
You got the death of Detroit coming. You've got the LA smog. You've got the rise of the porn industry. Like
The
it
Killer
just
Bees.
the killer bees. It knows it. It has all these webs that it's weaving, and it connects them all perfectly.
And listen, and this is like The Nice Guys, and I'm going to try to articulate this as best as I can at 3 in the morning when my brain is falling asleep.
Do it.
The Nice Guys is a motion picture in the most classical sense of like, here's a movie, you're gonna sit down for 2 hours, you're gonna be entertained, there's gonna be a story with a thematic point to make. It's not gonna shove it in your face, but it's gonna be there for you to see and not hidden, like it's there. And it's a good time. Movies are a good time. They should be a good time.
This is just a fun movie. This is a movie I can watch. Like if I watched it and I didn't have anything else going on, and someone came in and like, "Oh, Nice Guys, you just finished it." I've never seen it, but all right, let's fucking watch it, dude.
Yeah, it's a fun. Movies are fun. It should be. This is a fun medium, and obviously, not every movie can be fun. You can't make a fun version of Schindler's List. Although I guess you could, but it wouldn't be received very well.
You can try. You can try.
You can try to make a fun version of Schindler's List.
The
What?
South Park guys would probably do a good job at it.
Yeah, yeah. But like movies are fun, and this is fun, right? And so like I said, like it's got that message and it's got a thematic through line, but it's just two movie stars together having a romp. And it's so quotable and it's so
It,
memorable.
it is. It is. I say that as I'm trying to remember lines, but I mean, I mentioned it earlier tonight when we were recording. The Nixon in the pool,
Yeah,
like a fucking.
you're
They tell
expect
a story in the middle.
you're expecting an angel and you get Nixon.
You get Nixon. Yeah.
Yeah,
This is just
that would be awful.
this is both of these stars like kind of like I think this is both of their peaks. La La Land would be the same year for uh
La La Land was a
um,
year earlier, I believe.
was it a year? I thought they were the same year.
I thought La La Land was 2015.
La La Land was, let's see.
I could be wrong.
Oh, he's one of those guys where you have to click the filmography separately. I hate fucking Wikipedia right now. Elon, buy Wikipedia. No, don't do
Oh
it.
God. Oh God. No, don't give him ideas.
No, nice. So he was in The Big Short in 2015, and then Nice Guys and La La Land were both 2016.
Oh, La La Land was 2016. Oh, okay.
But no, if you look at the two leads in this movie, if you look at Crow, if you look at Gosling, this was the peak for both of them. Gosling's, I mean, sure, Gosling's been in big hits. He was in The Fall Guys last year. He's been doing these AAA blockbusters that are just like, it's nothing like this. It's IP based stuff that
Yeah. I mean,
hopefully is going
you
to do
can look at
well.
his filmography and see the precise moment he turned 40.
Yeah, and then Crow after this gained like 50 pounds.
Yeah. I mean, you could see in this he was becoming Fat Crow, but after this he was like he went all the way. He's now in his I'm a chubby man who does funny voices era. And you know what? I'm all for that. Good for him.
Somebody had to drink all the yoo-hoos on that set,
Yeah.
and
But
you know who it was? It was Crow.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know if it gets better than this for either of them. Honestly, for everybody involved in this movie, this might be the best thing they're all in.
I think Quayle still hasn't found her peak. This is everyone's first like go at her. Go at her. I hate that I said that. You know what I meant.
Freeze!
Because she was in this. She had a small role before that, but then a few years later, she's in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. She was just in The Substance,
Yeah.
and wow, she's in Happy Gilmore too. I didn't know that was in her future. Is she Adam Sandler's love interest? Oh
She'll
no.
always have the nice guys. Everybody
always have the nice
everybody
guys.
involved in this will always have the nice guys.
She's great in this though.
Yeah.
She's only in a few scenes, but she's great.
Even that kid, even the kid who plays the kid on the bike, he'll always have the nice guys.
You want to see my dick? You want to see my dick? What are you talking about? I already gave you. No, I don't want to see your dick.
$20. We already gave you $20. What am I saying? Yeah, it's just an
Shit.
incredible movie. Hilarious. The scene where maybe the last great actually no, I think Game Night came out a couple years later, but like one of the last great theatrical comedies.
I kind of, you know what? If this ever pops up in a theater near me, I'm gonna go see it in
Yeah.
the theater. That's my
Oh.
one regret is not having seen this in the theaters.
Yeah, incredible theatrical experience. Just me and a bunch of old people laughing.
And I still need to see Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. So maybe hopefully I move to LA soon, and the theater that Tarantino owns does double feature, and I'll watch both. That's it.
Maybe no, not the next wheel, but maybe wheel number 4. I'll put it on there.
I'd appreciate that. Can we watch it in a big theater together?
All right. I know what your number one is, but let's hear it.
My number one is Heather's. I don't know if you know this, but I like satire, and this is the most satire ass movie I've ever watched. I didn't know what this was going in. I thought this was just going to be Mean Girls, just a
I
straight up like
I also
college age comedy.
I also thought that, and then Christian Slater pulled out a gun in the cafeteria.
Yeah, yeah, and he shoots two kids, and the gun is empty. But as soon as he does that, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is satire. Okay,
As soon as he does it, you're like, oh, this is a different kind of movie.
because you should know that it's satire when they have the kid like they're playing croquet. They're playing croquet, and the kid's head is buried up to their neck as they're playing croquet. You should know there. But the movie's like, okay, in case you didn't understand, here is Christian Slater with a gun in the middle of school. And you're okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
And once you buy into that, you're like, okay, what wild shit is about to happen?
And
And it's just
the other thing about that is like the movie, like that croquet thing happens right at the top.
yeah.
And then it for like the next 20 minutes, it kind of plays like 80s Mean Girls.
Mhm.
And then he pulls out the gun.
Yeah, I was expecting like a 16 Candles, Breakfast Club, something of that ilk. I was like, oh, this is just gonna be one of those, whatever. And he pulls out the gun, and then they start plotting to kill all these different popular folks. And it's a satire on popularity. It's a satire on living in the suburbs. You, like I go back to Winona Ryder's dad. He's like, why do I smoke these cigarettes? And she's like, just because you're a big dumb idiot. He's like, oh yeah.
I love my dead gay son.
We've talked about quotable movies all night, but I think this is one
Would
of the
he
most quotables.
would he have loved his alive gay son? The answer is no.
And this movie just aged so well,
Oh
so
my gosh.
fucking well.
The scene when when the police discover the bodies.
The fizzy, the water,
The fizzy
seltzer
water, the fizzy they have love notes, right? Like written to each other to stage this as like a gay lovers like suicide pact. And they're like, "Hey, I figured out what happened here." Just pulls out the fizzy water and the other cop's like, "Oh, I didn't know they were gay."
Yep.
Incredible. Incredible.
And then Winona Ryder hangs herself at one point. He was coming over to kill her.
Yeah.
And then the one time the movie is like sincere is when her mom walks in and sees that she's hanging.
Yeah.
She's like, no, 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 no. And then Winona Ryder like pulls like her shirt off to reveal she's got like a crop top under it. And she's got the trick where like you hang from your sternum, so you're not
Yeah.
actually hanging from your neck. And then her mom flips a switch and she's immediately back to just being this satirical character. But all right, dinner's ready.
Yep. Yeah. Just you're alive. Okay. Well, that's all. We're going back to normal.
And I do love like
Forget about those
'cause
heartfelt things I just said.
because I played. Have you ever played What Remains of Edith Finch?
Yes, I did. I never finished it, but I did play a bunch of it.
So I mean, what that game does is it romanticizes death. It romanticizes like all the stories you're going through of like of your family members, and it's like the matriarch of the family is romanticizing these deaths, and she like you see her doing this, and you're like, okay, but what about when they were alive? Like, did you love them at all when they were alive? And that movie does a really good job of like people like like really celebrating the dead, but then if you're alive, you're just a piece of shit, and we don't really give a shit. Like, fuck you.
Yeah,
We
like
hate you.
what's her name? Martha? Is it Martha?
Yeah, the big girl like attempts
Fun?
suicide.
What does her
Big
shirt
Fun.
say? Big Fun? I love that
Big
shirt.
Fun.
I gotta get that shirt. But yeah, she attempts suicide because she's legitimately suicidal. Nobody likes her. They make fun of her all the time. She has no friends essentially. So she's legitimately trying to kill herself. And she doesn't. Like she tries and fails. And people don't give a shit. They're like, did you hear about Martha? She's copying the popular kids. She's just copying the popular kids trend. Like nobody
And
cares. Yeah.
your heart fucking breaks for her.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, these fucking kids. But yeah, you know what? Yeah, fuck these kids, man. They fucking suck. And then by the end, Winona Ryder's like, hey, you want to go watch a movie? And you're so thankful. Like, and Christian Slater blows himself up because he's a chaos agent and he just wants chaos. He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care about popularity. He doesn't care about like sending a message with like the popular kids. He really just wants chaos at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's a good
What a picture.
it's a good movie. I'm sure enough ink has been spilt about it, so I don't need to go spill any ink. I don't need to do the podcast trope of I think I'm gonna write a piece on this.
Yeah.
Here's my piece.
I think A, we've said all that needs to be said, and B, I'm drifting in and out of consciousness. It's 3:20 in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah. Do the stuff. Do the stuff.
Yeah, so that's our ranking. I think we both have pretty good ranking. We diverged quite a bit, but we also had some common ground.
I hate Matt's list. It's terrible. It's my least favorite list of all time. And I think he should die.
Well then,
Well then.
I
He's just
retract
copying
the,
he's just
I
copying my list, the popular lists.
I retract the nice things I said about you.
But hey, Son of Wheel, it was a ride. There were
It was
some
a ride.
highs,
There was some
a lot of
highs,
lows.
a lot of lows, more lows than the first original wheel. But luckily, all the lows were kind of bunched together. Luckily, we we
Yeah.
we,
We
had
got
a
him out of the way.
we got them out of the way quick. So thank you to the wheel for landing on all of the bad ones in quick succession.
Son of Wheel, rest in peace. Granddaughter of Wheel, we look forward to revealing you on the blue sky.
Yes, granddaughter of wheel will be the next wheel, and you will all learn what is on granddaughter of wheel in the first episode, which will be next
July
week.
4th.
Next week, July 4th, because we record these things so far in advance, we don't even have to take a season break this time.
No, we don't.
Yeah,
No.
go us.
Go us. We rock.
Yeah, we
Huge
rock. Dudes rock. I think that was a big theme for
rock.
this wheel, is that dudes rock, stand behind the boys, and give us a follow on social media at Stand and Watch. And while you're at it, give us a review on your podcast app of choice. Can be whatever kind of review you want, positive or negative. I'm not going to tell you. That's you have free will, but just leave a review. It helps. It helps us be
Yeah.
helps us get discovered. You know what else helps us get discovered? If you tell people to listen to the show. And you should do that. And I gotta go to bed, man.
Guys, we're independent
Yeah.
movie watchers. We need your support. But yeah, as you said with this wheel, I'll do the outro. Let me do the outro,
Yeah,
sleepyhead.
Yeah, you do the outro.
You know, like
I always do the outro.
like-
Let's shake things up.
like you said with the movies or this wheel, very dudes rock, very stand behind the boys, and like always, don't tell your mother.